I think what's interesting about Matt, Ryan, and I, and as well as Michael and Susan, is we all want to be here. When I complained to Susan about waiting 11 months between being nominated and being confirmed, she laughs at me and says she waited 3 years. I think so. This is not a place we're not here for any other reason than we want to be here, and we believe in this place. And I'm going to talk about that in a couple minutes for a second or two. Before I do, though, this is the first time we've had a quorum in a while, and we've had, I believe, 4 board members leave the board during the time between now and when we last had a quorum on the board. I actually know each of the 4, and so I want to spend a couple minutes talking about the 4 of them, and then ask Michael, Susan, Matt, or Ryan if they want to say anything. Let me start with let me go kind of in reverse order here. Victor Ashe is somebody who during the last 11 months I have talked to quite frequently. He is when we talk about somebody who wanted to be here and did the work, there's nobody probably in the history of the BBG board who has put in more time and more effort than Victor Ashe did for this organization and for this board. He came with an illustrious career, longtime mayor of Knoxville. I know many people from Knoxville where he is beloved there. Went on to be an ambassador and then joined this board. I think I was looking at the annals, maybe the only board member in the history of the board to have a perfect attendance record. I hope to match him, but came to every meeting, put in the work, and has assured me that he's going to continue to be interested in U.S. international broadcasting and will be able to help this organization going forward, if not here at the table as a board member. So I want to thank Victor. Michael Litton. Michael Litton is actually an old friend of mine. I've known Michael Litton since the early 90s. Michael was asked by the White House to step in when Walter resigned as presiding chair, and was told 1 meeting, maybe 2, until they would have another chairman, and that stretched to, I don't know, somebody can tell me, 18 months or something like that. Michael's got a busy job, but he put a lot of time into this place too, and did a good job of kind of keeping things moving along while the board transitioned. And he also has assured me that he believes in this place and will continue to help us kind of where we can from his perch at Sony. Tara Sonnenschein has left us. She was at the State Department. She was the State Department's representative, sitting in the seat that Dan's now sitting in. Tara is somebody also I've known, worked with my sister, and have known her over the years, and I think did an extremely good job in a very calm, stable way of kind of representing the State Department's interests and helping form a bridge between the State Department and this organization, and was very helpful to me personally as I was trying to learn, some of the history here and some of the goings-ons of the place. And then finally, Dennis Mulhop. Dennis gave Victor a run for his money as far as time and effort and belief in this place. I talked to Dennis quite frequently when I was first nominated. Taught me a lot about history. Taught me a lot about the various issues around here. And he joins the other 4 in agreeing to also kind of continue to support this place and contribute where he can. He is a USC grad, so we may not take him up on that, but we'll see what happens. But wonderful. Dennis is a wonderful individual. I had a chance to spend a lot of time with him. So I know all 4. I think they serve the board well and serve the country well. Before we vote on a resolution honoring them, does anybody want to say anything about any of these 4? Susan?
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to say that. I just want to concur with everything that you laid out. Over the years, all of my former colleagues on the board have become very close friends, and I'm grateful for their guidance, and I'm looking forward to continuing the friendships, and I think we can look for ways to include them in our progress as we go forward.
Great. Michael, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I too want to echo Susan's thoughts. The 3 years that we served with them, the board was able to put together a strategy that we're in our 2nd year of implementing, and it would have been possible without the expertise and the experience of Michael and Victor and Dennis and Tara. I mean, there's a lot of every one of those board members is committed to keeping the mission and the journalistic mission going forward, and made great contributions. So I was honored to serve with them, and I thank them for their service.
Great. So, any other comments? Anybody else want to say anything? Okay, so in tab 2 of the briefing book, there are resolutions honoring these 4 board members and their service on the board. This will actually be our first vote as a new board with new quorum. So does anybody want to move that we adopt these resolutions? Mr. Crocker has motioned. Is there a second?
I second.
Ooh, Matt gets in under the gun in front of Susie to second it. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
It is carried unanimously.